Hello, Cooper Glover 1972, back with part 42 of the entire DVD and Blu-ray collection. In this particular video, we're going to focus on the Coen brothers, the films of Terrence Malick, and just one other movie because I didn't include it with the Werner Herzog Klaus Kinski box set, and it relates to one of those movies in that box set. So, anyways, let's get to the first um, movie of the Coens that I have, and that's the first one they ever made, which is Blood Simple. I have a DVD of this that I originally bought, but I saw that it was on Criterion, so I had to get it. This film is about. Let's see, how can you put this? Someone that hires a hitman. Let's see. That's Frances McDormand. Is that her last name? McDormand or Dormand? Yeah, McDormand. It also has actor M. Emmett Walsh, who's hired as a hitman to kill. I think, yeah, her lover. Her lover hires M. Emmett Walsh's character to kill him, her husband. But things don't go as smoothly as possible. Things don't go smooth. No, there's nothing there. Just a space there. This is an excellent debut movie. This was made in 1984. I haven't really looked too much at the Blu-ray of the Criterion version of Blood Simple. I have watched my regular DVD, but this no, I really haven't. And I see the cinematography is by Barry Sonnenfeld, who I believe directed Men in Black at a certain point. But it's a film noir movie, and it's it is dark, but it's really well done. And if as you know, well, I'm sort of split. Sometimes the Coens do something really good, and sometimes they don't. In my opinion. But in this particular case, they did. Let's see, what was Barton Fink? I wasn't too wild about. Burn After Reading, I wasn't too wild about. Hail Caesar, I didn't really like at all. But this one I really like. So that was their first. And then I have three other films by the Coens, but Fargo I still only have on cassette, and I've thought of buying it on DVD or Blu-ray. But anyways, here's one of my other two Coen Brothers DVDs. It's The Man Who Wasn't There. It's about Billy Bob Thornton's character, who his wife, played by Frances McDormand, who's married to one of the Coens, by the way. How does this work? She's having an affair with James Gandolfini's character. Anyways, he's kind of shy and distant, and I can't remember it all. But it has Beethoven's. Which piece of music is it? It's a sonata, I believe, of his. Da, 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 da. I can't remember what sonata it is. I know it's not the Moonlight Sonata. I can't remember which one it is, but is used in this film, and he has a sort of an inappropriate relationship with a young woman played by Scarlett Johansson, and and the ending is not very not not the greatest ending. Oh, I know. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not true. Same. I think something happens to James Gandolfini's character. I can't remember. I can't remember it. But it's got a commentary by Billy Bob Thornton and Joel and Ethan Coen. It's got the making of the man who wasn't there. Oh, it's got an interview with the cinematographer Roger Deakins. In reference to Deakins, there's a website. I think it's called something like rogerdeakins.com. And if you're into filmmaking, you want to talk to an actual big figure in filmmaking, you can put down a comment. Maybe it's in a forum or on something. And Roger Deakins, he'll try and respond back to you. I think he responds back to everybody, something like that. It sort of reminds me of Noam Chomsky, who's a linguist from MIT. I don't know tons about Noam Chomsky, but if you buy him lunch, he'll like have a conversation with you, they say. But I think he's got a long line of people that want to talk to him, and but you know, I guess he's regarded as one of the great intellectuals in America. So, you know, that just reminded me, because Roger Deakins has a website that I think it's Roger Deakins. I think it's rogerdeakins.com, and if you leave a comment, he tries to get back to you. I think he makes a point of trying to get back to everybody. I might go back to Blood Simple for a second. It's got a new conversation between Sonnenfeld and the Coens about the film's look, featuring Telestrator video illustrations. It's got a new conversation between author Dave Eggers and the Coens about the film's production from inception to release. And it's got new interviews with composer Carter Burwell, who I think did the music for The X-Files. If you know, put your comment down there. Sound mixer Skip Leavesay and actors Francis McDormand and M. Emmett Walsh. Trailers, and an essay by novelist and critic Nathaniel Rich. I can't remember if I showed you the booklet. Oh no, it's not a booklet. It's a pamphlet. So, M. Emmett Walsh, you also remember, who's in this, also was in Blade Runner. He played Bryant, who hires Harrison Ford to go out and retire replicants. And then the last Coen Brothers I have on DVD is a cult movie. A lot of their films are cult movies, probably you could say, but The Big Lebowski. I managed to also see this. Well, I saw The Blood Simple in theaters. It was re-released, but I've gone to see older movies at the Alamo Drafthouse, where they serve you drinks and food while you're watching the movie. They have a policy that when you are seated for the film, no one is allowed in after the movie starts. And if anybody makes a ruckus, makes a big noise, they can throw you out without any refund. So, but they showed Big Lebowski, and they had things like, they had quotes on the screen for you to talk, to speak to the time that some famous quote came on. They had bundles of underwear, like how John Goodman has that bag of underwear that he, instead of ransom money, that he throws out of the car. It has balloon crowbars. So it was just like props, sort of like Rocky Horror Picture kind of thing. And to so just have fun with a Big Lebowski film. And with this, there are Lebowski fests all over America. It's a big thing. I guess it's maybe Lebowski's kind of a lazy guy, and maybe he's taking it easy, and maybe the message is like take it easy and don't become a stressed out rat raced person, but just chill and just take things on just take things easy. Maybe that's the lesson of this movie. Anyways, so that does the Coens. So now we get into Terrence Malick. I find Terrence Malick's films to be kind of poetic. They look like they're not ad libs. That's not a good word. Improvised in a way, but they say they're very planned. Well, anyways, here's his second movie, Days of Heaven. He made this in 1978. In this particular movie, it's about Richard Gere's character comes with his girlfriend, and I think the girlfriend's little sister. Yeah, the girlfriend's little sister. They come. The Richard Gere character accidentally kills his boss at a steel mill, so they flee the city. They take a train, and this is like early 1900s or something like that. And they land up. They take this. They hop on a train, sort of freeloading on the train. They don't have tickets or anything, and they find a place where they can get work, which is this farm, like threshing. Is that the right word? Like cutting crops or whatever. And one of the things about this is the cinematography is very beautiful. It's by who was the cinematographer? Nestor Almendros, and Oscar-winning cinematography. They would shoot. I don't think they shot at dawn. I think it was always dusk when they did the shots, and it was like to get the right kind of look to the shot. So they would. I think this was a long shoot, and I think Terrence Malick is really, really wealthy. If I'm not me, I think he's a really wealthy guy. Maybe sort of like the American Kubrick, because you know how Kubrick took long amounts of time to make a movie. Well, with Terrence Malick, I think that's the same case, and I think he's a pretty wealthy guy, if I'm not mistaken. He accidentally kills the supervisor and flees to the Texas Panhandle with his girlfriend. Oh, Brooke Adams. I have another movie in my collection with Brooke Adams. I didn't register with me that I had this other movie. And little sister Linda Manns to work harvesting wheat in the fields of a wealthy farmer, played by Sam Shepard, who's a playwright as well, and he was in Black Hawk Down. And he falls in the farmer, played by Sam Shepard, falls in love with Richard Gere's girlfriend. Richard Gere and his girlfriend say they're brother and sister. There's a great scene with locusts and setting fire to the wheat. That's a great shot, well shot movie, well shot scene, very beautiful to watch, even though it's not good for the farm. But anyways, the new restored high-definition digital transfer is supervised and approved by director Terrence Malick, editor Billy Weber, and camera operator John Bailey. It's got an audio commentary featuring Weber, art director Jack Fisk. Jack Fisk, I think he did the production design for Eraserhead for David Lynch. I know he did Jack Fisk. I know he did another Malick film, which I will get to. costume designer Patricia Norris, and casting director Diane Crittenden. New audio interview with Richard Gere, new video interviews with cinematographers Haskell Wexler and Bailey, and a video interview with Sam Shepard from 2002. And it features a booklet featuring an essay by critic Adria Martin and a chapter from director of photography Nestor Alejandro's autobiography. So this is a really good movie. It's kind of an atmospheric movie, and his movies are like poetry. Terrence Malick. I guess some of them sort of have a plot, but more of it's kind of like a meditation, if you will. So you know, there's the fields of wheat there. And they had this great house in the middle of nowhere. They shot this film in Canada. That's a young sister. The music is great too. They use, is it St. Sands Carnival of Animals? I can't remember what the piece is called. I mentioned St. Sands when I showed my Fantasia box set. Maybe I'm confusing which piece of music goes where, but it has a famous piece of classical music that's used at the start of the movie and used at the end. It's early 20th century. That's when this film takes place. So, of course, this was early in Richard Gere's career. Excellent movie. And he made, before that, he made Badlands with Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek, which is based off a true story of I guess Martin Sheen was his character was a serial killer, and they're on the lam, they're on the run, if you will. So he only made 2 films in the 70s, and then a few decades after that happened, in 1998. Yeah, that's right. I think it's 2 decades later. He made The Thin Red Line. I had this on video cassette. My mother bought it for me for maybe a birthday or Christmas present, the video cassette. But I wanted it on DVD. Probably Blu-ray would look fantastic, but I don't have the Blu-ray. What I noticed when I turned this on was that it said, please play this at a loud volume. So, it's based on James Jones' 1962 novel about World War II battle for Guadalcanal. It's a big budget, spectacularly mounted epic. It's also one of the most deeply philosophical films ever released by a major Hollywood studio. A thought-provoking meditation on man, nature, and violence. Featuring a cast of contemporary cinema's finest actors, Sean Penn, Nick Nolte, Elias Cotes, and Woody Harrelson among them. The Thin Red Line is a kaleidoscopic evocation of the experience of combat that ranks as one of the greatest war films ever produced. So, this new restored high-definition digital transfer, supervised and approved by director Terrence Malick and cinematographer John Toll, it's a very beautiful cinematography in this film. New audio commentary by Toll, production designer Jack Fisk, and producer Grant Hill. Original theatrical trailer. I really haven't watched much of this, DVD interviews with several of the film's actors, including Kirk Acevedo, Jim Caviezel, who played Jesus Christ in Mel Gibson's The Passion According to Christ, Thomas Jane, Elias Koteas, Dash Mihok, and Sean Penn. Composer Hans Zimmer, excellent composer. He did Batman Begins, and he also did The Dark Knight. I think he also did Dark Knight Rises. And he did some films for Ridley Scott, like Black Hawk Down. And he did Rain Man. Let's see. Editors, Billy Weber, Leslie Jones, and Sarah Klein. And writer James Jones' daughter, Kaylee Jones. New interview with casting director Diane Crittenden, featuring archival audition footage, 14 minutes of outtakes from the film, World War II newsreels from Guadalcanal and the Solomon Islands, Melanesian chants, and it is a booklet featuring essay by film critic David Starrett and a 1963 reprint by James Jones. So, and I guess I was going to say that maybe Malick's films are kind of tragic, pessimistic movies, but that's not true, because you have Tree of Life, which looks like a pretty optimistic movie. And also Knight of Cups. I gotta figure that out more. Maybe it's not supposed to be figured out, though. So the main character is the Jim Caviezel character. Sean Penn is sort of like his surrogate father, if you will. And Sean Penn is like the Jim Caviezel character, sort of goofing off and not really paying much attention to what's going on and the importance of the war. And Sean Penn says, "You're not really important because this is bigger than you, and you can try to avoid fighting, but." You're going to have to face up to it and deal with this kind of reality. You're going to have to deal with fighting this war, whether or not you're up to it. And the scenes where he's with the islanders in the Pacific. Not this picture. Oops. Hope I didn't scratch that. I don't think I did. That reminds me of his other film. I'm trying to figure out which one is which. Oh, yeah, okay, this two. And this one. Okay. It reminds me of the next film I'm going to show you, which is a really good movie as well. It's got 3 different cuts, and a really nice addition that they made, and that's The New World. It's a story about Pocahontas and her relationship with John Smith, and I can't remember the guy that took the place of John Smith's life, of her life, Jack Fisk is the production designer again. It's got Christian Rolfe. Christian Bale is John Rolfe. He marries John Rolfe. John Smith is played by Colin Farrell. It is a movie, but it's sort of like watching a poem, and the shots seem very, very unfettered and not constricted and not forced or organized. It seems very loose and meandering, but not meandering without some direction to it, I guess. Because in the special features, you find out that Terrence Malick is, I guess he is exacting. Like, well, I was going to say that Kubrick thinks through shots and does things a certain way, but that's not true at all. He'd entertain suggestions from cast and crew, and he tried 1,000 different ways, to one shot and one scene, there are other directors. Ridley Scott, I think, maps out his shots pretty tight, and I think David Fincher's kind of like that too. But this one, it's got a new 4K digital restoration of the 172-minute extended cut of the film, supervised by cinematographer Emmanuel Lubezki, who also did The Revenant, which I'll be showing you sometime later on in my collection. And he also did the cinematography for Malick's Tree of Life. He also did cinematography for a film I will show you later on called E Tu Mama Tambien, which I think means something like "And Your Mother Too," and it's sort of like a rude comment in Mexican, because I asked my friend what it meant and why was it called that and all that kind of stuff. And director Terrence Malick, and featuring material not released in theaters with 5.1 surround DTS HD master audio. Wait a minute. Yeah. Master audio soundtrack. High definition digital transfers of the 135-minute theatrical cut and the 150-minute first cut of the film, supervised by Lubezki with 5.1 surround DTS HD master audio soundtracks. New interviews with actors Colin Farrell and Korinka Kilcher, who plays Pocahontas, and I think she's from Hawaii. New program about the making of the film, featuring interviews with producer Sarah Green, production designer Jack Fisk, and costume designer Jacqueline West. Making the New World, a documentary shot during the production of the film in 2004, directed and edited by Austin Jack Lynch. New programs about the process of cutting The New World and in its various versions, featuring interviews with editors Hank Corwin, Sark Klein, and Mark Yoshikawa, trailers, and a book featuring an essay by film scholar Tim Gunning, a 2006 interview with Lubezki from American Cinematographer, and a selection of materials that inspired the production. So this is loaded with stuff on it. When I tried watching, I think it was the extended cut, it jumped or got stuck. So where I work is a library, and I had we have a cleaner that cleans out, takes out scratches. So luckily that scratch is taken out. So I'm really excited to watch this. I don't know when I'll watch it, but and it's got nice artwork. It's got really nice artwork. They really put some really good effort into making this. But that's that's Criterion for you. That's what they're all about. I think this shows Native Americans in. There are some films showing Native Americans in the light I think Native Americans want to be portrayed in, and some of these people that were in this movie were, I believe, actual Native Americans, and they were Native Americans that their ancestors came from this area. They didn't shoot exactly where this actual historical event took place, but they shot near it, and they built an actual, a Jamestown that was similar to the one in the 1600s. I think it was the 1600s, early 1600s, when they established Jamestown. But Yeah, so I think they give very good respect to Native American culture and history, and really show it fairly in this movie, because sometimes Native Americans in movies can be sort of caricatured, maybe even, in the cases where they're shown in a good light, sometimes they're still stereotyped. And I don't think this is really the case with this one. So this is an excellent movie. I love this movie. And come to think of it, I think I really like Terrence Malick's movies a lot. And like I say, he seems to be, it looks like a Gauguin painting, doesn't it? Who's an impressionist, I believe. If these paintings right here, these are, I believe, painted at the time period when she was alive. (1616) engraving. I've never seen the Disney Pocahontas. I'd probably watch it. I don't know if I'd like it or not. I suppose I'd like it. But I think this is more, I would probably be more I'd gravitate more to this one. But this one looks fantastic. I do have the other edition that came out when it first was released on DVD, but this is way more special features. It has the special features of the DVD that came out earlier, but this is loaded with more. It's got 3 different versions. It's got an extended cut. I like to watch longer movies sometimes, and I just love this. And last off, I told you, I showed you my Werner Herzog Klaus Kinski box set. And one of the films I showed you was Fitzcarraldo. And I mentioned to you that I had a movie that was a documentary about the making of Fitzcarraldo. And this is that film. It's called Burden of Dreams. It's a film made by Les Blank, who's a documentary filmmaker. He's passed away a few years ago. That's Werner Herzog on the cover there. But it shows before they had Klaus Kinski. They had Jason Robards was going to be in it, and Mick Jagger. They have footage of Jason Robards and Mick Jagger, rehearsing about it. But it never panned out in the end, and he ended up with Klaus Kinski again. It's got audio commentary by director Les Blank, editor and sound recordist Maureen Gosling, and Fitzcarraldo director Werner Herzog. Dreams and Burdens, a new 38-minute video interview with Herzog. It's got a very interesting documentary that comes with this called Werner Herzog Eats His Shoe, 1980, a 20-minute film by Blank featuring Herzog fulfilling a bet. And the bet was Herzog challenged a person to make a movie. And if they did make a movie, if they finished making a movie, he would eat a shoe, and he literally eats a shoe. So that's what that's about. Deleted scenes, photo gallery of images taken by Gosling, theatrical trailer, a new essay by film scholar Paul Arthur, and an 80-page book of excerpts from Blank's and Gosling's production journals. Speaking of, Werner Herzog doing, I guess that's just text. Speaking of Werner Herzog just doing crazy things, like I said in that video I did on Werner Herzog, like being suspended from a helicopter and hanging over a volcano. And one of the films he did, he wasn't directly involved with it, but it's called Grizzly Man. And the person that was the subject of the documentary, he was living with the grizzly bears and he got killed by them. He just loves danger, I guess. He feels alive doing it, I guess. And that's a ship that was pulled up the side of the mountain. I don't know if it's a mountain. It's like a hill near the Amazon to another part of the Amazon. And Klaus Kinski doesn't like to do things like CGI or miniatures or what have you, or matte paintings. He does it full on, and so he literally took a full-scale ship and moved it up a hill and down a hill. Not like a small hill, but a pretty big hill. So that's Burden of Dreams for you. And that finishes the video. I thought this video would be shorter, but it wasn't. Anyways, I don't know if I'm going to do another video tonight or not. I might do another video. I'm not quite sure on that. And I don't know if this video tonight. I'm doing this video on Tuesday night. Today I loaded up my 4 videos that I shot last night on Monday. So I'm trying to really stick with directors or subject matter or actors, and trying to do it that way. And then when we get to the tail end of that, then we can just go miscellaneous. So I'm sort of jumping around now. So there is one I will do that will be television shows. I don't have a lot of television shows. I already showed my Twilight Zone box set, but I have a Seinfeld complete series box set. Maybe I'll devote a whole video to that. I probably will have to. And then I think I can do one video featuring some of the Simpsons seasons that I have. Simpsons Christmas special that is with that. The Simpsons movie that's with it. And an offshoot of that show called The Critic, created by 2 people that worked for The Simpsons, who were Mike Jean and Al Reese. I think that's their names. But in any event, so anyways, I'm going to do some other directors. I'm going to do De Palma. I'm going to do Cronenberg, Ridley Scott, David Fincher, Steven Spielberg. We're going to do the Disney Pixar movies. I don't know if I'll do the Disneys together, the Pixars. Maybe I'll do them both together. Yeah. And Dario Argento will probably do a video on Dario Argento by itself. I might mix some of them together. Yeah. So anyways, that's what's coming up. And then miscellaneous stuff after that. Lars von Trier. I have some Lars von Trier. Orson Welles. I have some Orson Welles I'll show you. And then if you're wondering if I have directors like Hitchcock, Kurosawa, Fellini, Buñuel, Jean-Pierre Melville, who else? My Bresson movies. If you go to the very start of all my videos, you'll find them there. Also, I have GarageBand music. It's not really getting any hits. Maybe people coming to this channel are just coming because they want to see movie information. But I have some GarageBand music. Most of it's not music that I composed. It's just tracks I mixed together and created music out of. And if you could watch those, I'd appreciate it. If you could take a look. I mean, I'm into like filmmaking, so I wrote a treatment, which is like a summary of a short movie. Well, treatments can be long movies too, but anyways, I wrote a treatment for a short film, and I did a storyboard for it with Google Photos, sound effects, music, and voiceover narration to tell what's happening. And that's called Cost of Love number 3. And I took a digital filmmaking class, and I did. We chose the topic if dogs could talk, so I chose if dogs could sing. So I have a bunch of dogs with the song ZZ Top's Dirty Dog. So, yeah, and I have my poetry. I've read a little bit of my poetry on YouTube, so some hits on that wouldn't be bad. But again, let me just say with all that I understand everybody's busy, and even watching just my DVD collection, you might have to pick and choose, or you might have to jump from one. If you don't want to watch Wajda, you'll fast forward to Kieslowski, or if you don't want to watch Kieslowski, you'll fast forward to Polanski. Yeah, there's only so many hours in a day, and some people here might want to watch movies part of their time. They don't want to, spend a lot of their time watching YouTube videos all the time. So I don't know. We all have irons in our fires. We all have jobs. We all have activities we do besides YouTube. So, and also I want to mention that I see the comments that have been left on my videos. I haven't forgotten them. I'm going to try to respond. I'm just trying to, I think I'm trying to make some headway into the directors. I'm trying to get through the directors, and that's what I'm trying to do. Anyways, I'm babbling on and on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you fairly soon. Okay, thanks. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks.